And good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for being here tonight as we sort of celebrate all of these successes and the hard work and the efforts of our 7th and 8th grade music students this year. So tonight we're going to start off with the 7th grade band. Thank you all so much. 7th grade, they did a really good job on that last tune, As the Eagle Flies. When students move through the bands in middle school, we have what are called grades of music. So 5th grade band will start off with like a 0.5, 6th grade they'll move to like a 1, maybe a 1.5, and when they get to 7th grade they move this jump up to a grade 2, which is actually a pretty significant jump because the music, the ranges get bigger, it gets more technically demanding, and they're really starting to handle those grade 2s with a really clean sound, so I'm very proud of them for that, for all their work this year. And I gotta tell you, this is my first year in the district, as many of you know, And these kids right here, when they come for lessons, really some of the highlights of my week are my lessons with them because I'm going to tell you they're a hoot. And I'm sure they're probably the same way at home. So I just want to give the 7th grade band a really big thank you for all the work that they're going to be putting in. So the next tune we have actually dates back to the Music in Our Schools performance. We had sent home some virtual recordings because weather did not cooperate with us. But the 7th grade put in a lot of work before then on their next tune, Let It Be. And it's a short one, so we wanted to add it to this concert, and we wanted to perform it for you in this nice space and not just send home a cell phone recording. So this is Let It Be by, guess who? The Beatles. One of my absolute favorite things about band, you can imagine middle school, and I know I was like this at this age, how squirrely they can get and how unfocused they can get sometimes. You all agree with me? And when they're playing music, I'm not sure if you were watching, but they're either focusing on that music or they're focusing on me, and you have to have 100% focus and concentration and teamwork to put a piece of music together. And that's one of my favorite things about band, and as you can tell, while they were performing that, they were totally zoned in. So even on our next piece, watch for that if you can. Also on this concert, you'll hear from Mrs. Witter later, but we wanted to have the opportunity tonight to recognize a few students, and we created some awards for this year. Now there's the academic awards for every quarter, but for this final performance of the year, we wanted to sort of give out some awards that were all-encompassing of the year. So the ones that Mrs. Witter and I agreed upon were I'm going to apply this to band, but the Outstanding Band Member Award. We had a Leadership Award, a Rising Star Award, and of course the Director's Award. So the first two that I'm going to present tonight, the Outstanding Band Member and the Leadership Award, those were voted on by the members of the 7th grade band. One day in class we talked about what it means to be an outstanding band member, what it means to be a leader, and they voted. So these first two are from them in an effort to recognize their classmates. So the very first award, I'm going to ask this person to come up and you have a nice little certificate here. The Outstanding Band Member for 7th grade this year, they voted was Mitchell Katarabic. Okay, they wanted to give a speech. Is that a good idea? Okay, and our Leadership Award. The 7th grade band determined that Jensen Holla is our leader. This next one, the Rising Star Award, as you can tell by the title, somebody who you could definitely tell that the sky is the limit with this student. So I got to choose this award. So we had a student jump into band this year who had not been in band in previous years and didn't even start at the beginning of the year. And this student has been taking private lessons outside of school and decided that they were going to jump in an ensemble. And this person has done absolutely fantastic work in band and in lessons. And if I could ask Linton Robinson to come up. And for our Director's Award this year, this student is so incredibly well prepared when they come to lessons. They participated in solo and ensemble. Each and every rehearsal, they are focused and they elevate the musicianship of those around them. And so this year, I'm very excited to have Ella Grotigan come up for the Director's Award. And she's playing on a new clarinet. Have you named it yet? So for the next piece for the 7th grade, before we turn it over to 8th grade, there's a band director's Facebook group that has like 20,000 band teachers on it. And some people pronounce it aggressivo, and some people just say aggressivo. So take your pick, whichever one you want to do. This is probably definitely the hardest piece of music that I gave out to the 7th grade this year. And to be honest, the first time we read it, what did we get through, like 3 or 4 measures? We didn't get very far that first sight read. And the growth that they have experienced on this piece, it takes a lot of teamwork to play a song like this. And so this is Aggressivo by Randall Standridge, or as we call him, Randy Standy. As we move to our 8th grade now, they're going to open with a song called Predators of the Deep. And on this one, as you become more advanced with music, music becomes much more than just notes and rhythms. So as you can imagine, by a song by Predators of the Deep, they have to basically communicate a story to you, okay? So as you're listening to this one, 8th grade is basically going to communicate, guess what? Predators of the Deep, so hope you enjoy it. And next, 8th grade is also going to resurrect one of their pieces from the Music in Our Schools concert. We're going to do some highlights from Greece, so they've been continuing to work on it and continuing to raise that bar even higher. So while I have the 8th grade's attention and didn't have a couple things ready yet, I really wanted to tell this 8th grade how much I've enjoyed working with them this year. You can imagine, so think about this group. So they're in, was it 4th year band? So they had Mrs. Kaiser their first year, and they have Mr. Stone, and then Mrs. Kaiser again. Then they have me, and now they're going to have Mr. Stone again next year. So 5 straight years in which they'll never had the same band teacher 2 years in a row. So you can imagine, would you agree that sometimes it's frustrating at times? Yeah, because the music fundamentals stay the same, but classroom routines change, and there's a lot of different things that change. And I just want to thank them so much, because my first year here, new guy, and I just appreciate all their great musicianship this year and how much that they have grown. So I just really thankful that I at least got you for 1 year. And they still get to put up with me for 4 more years because they'll still see me around. So thank you all, and keep being awesome musicians, okay? Here we go, we have highlights from Greece. aren't there great bands here? So just a huge thank you to Mr. Stone and Mrs. Kaiser, because again, my first year coming in, it's almost like with these kids, it's almost turnkey in a way because they have a lot of solid fundamentals, and to be able to do rep like they're doing, it's really special, and you have a wonderful thing going here, and I've just been very excited to be part of the community this year. So for our 8th grade awards, I'm going to invite a few people up here. So again, the 8th grade band members did some voting on who they thought were an outstanding band member and who they thought was a leader in their band. And at this time, I'm going to ask Audrey Sorensen to come up for the outstanding band member. And you guys and gals all decided that Patrick Taylor is your Leadership Award recipient for the year. And for our Rising Star Award this year, so as students go through middle school, it's pretty natural that they want to learn additional instruments, and not only do they learn them, but they get very good at them fast. So we have one student here, I'm trying to think, she started off on piano and violin, I kind of gave it away here, and she was in the trombone section, and she's been picking up percussion this year, and you name it, and you sing too, don't you? And can literally do everything. So I kind of gave it away. She's looking at me all weird. So Grace Ward, come on up, and you are our Rising Star for the year. And for our Director's Award recipient, this student, absolutely fantastic musician, growing each and every day, and again, like our 7th grade recipient, really elevates the musicianship of those around them. And for me, that it almost embodies the Outstanding Band Member or the Leadership Award, you name it. And this student also auditioned for state honors this year, so we wish her luck as well. So I'd like to ask Jenna Schuster to come up. And I do want to say that Audrey and Jenna both auditioned for state honors band this year, and I think those results come in the next 2 or 3 weeks, so we wish both of them luck, and fingers crossed. So next we're going to move on to a combined piece of music here. We have, for 7th and 8th grade, highlights from Pirates of the Caribbean. Thank you so much, 7th and 8th grade. So typically at a concert, you can all sit down. Typically the combined piece is usually the last one. However, we're going to do something a little symbolic this year. Probably about a month and a half ago, I was talking to the 8th grade, and they had mentioned that their favorite piece from all of middle school, 5, 6, 7, and 8, was a piece that they played in 6th grade called The Tempest. So to close our concert tonight, we're going to just do something a little symbolic here. They had The Tempest in 6th grade. They have Mr. Stone in 6th grade. They got Mr. Stone next year. And so we'd like to bring him back out here. And I'm just going to let him conduct the 8th grade on their final piece of the concert. All so much for coming out tonight. At this time, I'd like to pass the microphone over to our principal, Mrs. Iselman, for a few words before you leave. Oh, yeah, we'll leave for the band portion. That's correct.
All right. Yep, we're good. We still have 3 songs of choir, which should be really good. Yeah, there we go. I don't know if you filled out your shout out for your musician, but please take time to do that. They would love to receive shout outs. We do those throughout the week as well at the middle school, so please fill one out if you haven't. I'd like to just give a few shout outs right now as well. First of all, shout out to all the 7th, 8th grade band and choir members for being involved in music. Music is very, very important for so many facets of your life, so thank you for being part of band and or choir or both. So please continue on to high school and 8th grade as well for 7th graders. Shout out to all the parents who encourage your child to be in band and every other family member that encourages as well, because we again know how important it is. Shout out to our kiddo in the back, Caitlin Houston. This is probably one of her last that she's helping with us. She started way back in 5th grade, so she's a senior. So let's give Caitlin a round of applause for helping her tech crew in the back. Shout out to Mr. East in the back as well for tech crew, so thank you, Mr. East. Shout out to Mrs. Shaneberger who came tonight to help out with everything, so thank you, Mrs. Shaneberger. Appreciate it. She's taking a lot of pictures as well, so we'll get them on the website. And then, of course, to our teachers, Mrs. Witter is back over there, Mr. Stone, Mr. Ice, for all of your time and talent with our students. They sound awesome, so thank you. Shout out to all of our teachers. Let's give them a round of applause. All right, and then with that, I'll give it back to Ms. Grace.
And so this time we're going to take about 3 to 5 minutes, real short. We're just going to do a little bit of resetting on the stage and get ready for a choir. So if you want to get a head start on some of those shout outs, you're welcome to do so. Thank you.
Couldn't have done it without you.
Thank you. Oh. Oh, okay. This is the 7th program.
Like where's the program?
I don't know, that was all that was.
Maybe they just put them all in the middle. Yeah, they put them all in the middle. Yeah, they do that.
Test. Oh, there we go. Hello. Good evening, everybody. Hi, I'm Tammy Witter. It's a little bit surprising that this is really my first time in front of you all here. I had an absence in the beginning of the year. Came back in January. Mother Nature decided not to let us have our March concerts as usual. So hello. I'm so happy to be here. Your kids are just really incredible people. So I'm very, very, very happy with how this year has been going. Couple things from my point of view. Everybody has a place in the choir, and I think that's true. We've all heard the song, we just sang it in our head. But the people who have really embraced choir this year, I've really found that it's been a place to be, and a place to socialize, and a place to make music. And I just want you to know that this is open to anybody. I would love to continue to grow the program. I think about a decade ago, it was like 130 kids in the high school were singing in the choir. So please know that any of our 7th grade parents here today, or if you have friends and you like what you see, please know that they're always welcome to join at any point, even their senior year, if that's when they're feeling it. So please know that they're welcome. Part of my goals when I got here, was just to create an experience for the kids of music that they weren't going to maybe hear on the radio. Some of those being multicultural pieces or just really strong text. I love a good text. So you're going to hear all of that tonight. Our first piece is called Wabulan, and it's from Malaysia. And the text is not in your program, but it talks about this very, very, very ancient tradition of flying Wabulan kites. So really the text that they're singing is, wow, this 3-cornered moon. And those kites look exactly like that, a 3-cornered moon. So that's what we're going to hear right now. So this is Wabulan. Looks like we're set.
Oh
Our next piece is Resilient by Abby Batinas. And Abby Batinas is just one of my favorite composers. I do a lot of her stuff. I actually got to work with her when I was in college, and I was just sold just by her personality. So this one is Resilient. Just so excited, I'm ahead of myself. One more word about music advocacy. It's so important that you guys take the role of being your students' biggest advocate to STEAM music. Sometimes I like to compare it to, sometimes when you're younger and the little ones and you just feed them vegetables and hope that when they grow older, they just really love their vegetables. Well, sometimes right now, you need to give them their music vegetables, and they don't know what's good for them. And I think we're all happy. I think we're in a good place. I mean, you can tell by how they're performing, they feel it and they mean it. So please, 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 be your students' biggest advocate and keep them in music. you, flute players. Thank you, you were just lovely. If you want to have a seat, I got a little spiel to do. I'll let you go. Thanks, girls. All right, so hopefully you noticed we were having a little bit of fun. I spent some time saying a lot of these lyrics, you know, paying the rent, they don't gotta worry about that, thank goodness. So we thought, what does worry us? You know, we don't have time, we're not feeling free, can't get up when the Monday morning bell rings, all that good stuff. So hopefully you enjoyed our middle school 1.0 version. All right, I'd like to go into choir awards. Now, these awards mean a lot, especially because it's a small group, okay? So it was very, very difficult to choose just because pretty much every single student has had to step up and just really participate to their fullest and be a positive role model. So here is where the awards fell this year. Leadership Award. 7th grader, please come on up, Adeline Guest. For 8th grade Leadership Awards, she was not able to make it tonight because she's doing dance auditions. But this award does go to Dylan Shad. So Dylan, congratulations. And I do have to say, this was a very difficult decision. And so I thought to myself, hey, I could give this to 2 people. And I thought, wait a minute, I'm in charge. I will. So, 2nd 8th grader Leadership Award, I think really is very, very going to the right person. Kyler. Outstanding choir member. And I'll be honest, I didn't let the kids vote for several reasons. It's a small group, and a lot of them are band and choir members. So I wanted to make sure we spread the wealth and get to a whole bunch of different kids. So outstanding choir member for 7th grade goes to Abby Kotarabek. For 8th grade outstanding choir member. And again, both these girls were, it's like those people you want to see every day because they're so positive and wonderful. Haley Womander. Here's one of my favorites. Rising Star Award. A rising star is just someone that I've seen grow and blossom and just kind of take music under their own wing. So it's a very important award, and I would like to award 7th grader Calvin Mazer for us. For 8th grader, again, I've seen them grow and blossom all year, really coming into themselves. Logan Baxter. The Director's Award is one of those where you're like, yes, you take charge when I don't ask, you do what you're told, you're a good leader, I can count on you, your peers can count on you, you have a positive energy. This year's 7th grade Director Award goes to Lily Schmitz. Excited about this next one because I don't know that they know it's coming. This person is one of those who they're kind of under the radar, but you can tell they're a strong leader, and maybe they're not always the one that's going to jump first at things, but they're always dependable. So, Mom Lee. Thank you all again for coming tonight. I'm sure Kelly has some words. Thank you.
Here are my words, don't worry, be happy. Yeah. Well, thank you again for coming, truly appreciate it. Again, music is so vital, and continue choir, to be in choir throughout your high school and grade years. Again, thank you for coming tonight, and please drive safely. And I would like to take a picture if anyone else wants to take a picture of our nice choir up here. So please stay put so we can get a picture of the group. Okay, have a great night. Thank you.